keep encouraging them to do that. There is some amazing talent, and we'll showcase that, and you'll see who those folks are.
That has to be one of the hardest decisions.
Oh, I know.
And it's now, of course, everything's submitted digitally. But I remember back in the day on the top floor of the building when we would do artisan design, and it was like tables and tables
3D
and tables.
stuff,
Yeah,
cards. It's amazing.
Okay, you will also see a link to the
Hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, forgot my glasses, coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. And it is a really cold, brisk Montana day. It was supposed to snow, but we haven't gotten the snow, but we definitely got the cold. Woo! It's a biting cold. So, it's Monday. It's Paper Pumpkin Playdate. Sorry about the fact that we had to go later instead of this morning as usual. You know, sometimes the appointment people, the people I have to have appointments with, they don't look at my schedule. I have to accommodate their schedule. So that's how it goes. Chopped off my hair a bit, and you know how it is with the hair. Tell me, do you cancel hair appointments willy-nilly? No. Do you go with whatever their schedule is? Yes, because it's hard to get in. They're as bad as doctors in trying to get it to when you really want to do it. So Mom and I had to take what we could get, and there you have it. So we are back. We also did a few other things to get them done while we're out of the house. So let's do some crafting, because I have 2 fun cards for you, and the start of a scrapbook page. I still need to go through my pictures and print out pictures, and I don't know about you. Let me know. Do you scrapbook without pictures, or do you scrapbook with pictures? I have a hard time scrapbooking without pictures. I know I have done some for you without, and they are sitting there without pictures on them, so I need to go find the pictures. For me, it's easier to scrapbook with the pictures, so I need to spend some time, go through my pictures, print a bunch out of things that I know that are coming so that I can scrapbook them for you. Luckily, we are heading into the Christmas season, and I have a few years worth of Christmas pictures already printed because I've been working on my Christmas album. So that's going to be nice. I'll be able to do full layouts for you with pictures. So for today, we're mainly going to do these 2 new cards. And I'll be using the Autumn Toile set. I have a hard time saying that T-O-I-L-E as Toile, because it just looks like toil, right? It just toil. It just sounds weird to say toile. I've never heard that before. So let's go ahead and switch. Here's our Paper Pumpkin, drum roll, our monthly kit. You've been seeing this. This is number 4, I think. And so all inclusive, therefore all you need is a pair of scissors. Everything else is in the kit that you need to do the projects as designed. If you want to do like what I'm doing and you want to do alternates, then you might have to pull things in from the outside to do it. So let's take a look. Your first kit always comes with a block. I showed you last week how I glued 2 blocks together. All right, 2 blocks together to make one thicker block. These edges are a little sharp, depending on how you hit them. So they are right about the same width as, actually, yeah, they're just a little bit under the width of the ergonomic one. So, but I'm totally using that, and I may end up doing a few more like that, because I have a ton of these from all the kits, right? From all the kits. So our stamps, and I love these. So wishing you the happiest of days, thinking of you, thankful, warm wishes. Then we have the birds flying. We have 3 different kinds of leaves. We have our acorns, which for some reason this year I've totally gotten into acorns, and it's because of those die cuts. Really, that's what it is. And then the pumpkins. All right, so we have those. We had our Cajun Craze, which of course I like to use my regular size stamp, and I give these away. And then we have our adhesives. We have some glue dots. We have some mini dimensionals. I mix and match. If it's something where I want to use a regular size, you have enough. Typically, there's enough dimensionals in the kits to where once you finish a kit, you have lots of leftover. So I always have glue dots and I always have dimensionals. So you never have to really worry about that. If you are just, you know, doing these as a hobby kind of thing, running a business, yes, I have to buy more dimensionals, but pretty much what I have left over from all the different kits, I can use for further on. So these are the no fail instructions. Gotta love that. We had 3 different cards, 3 of each design, so a total of 9 cards with coordinating envelopes. And then we had our add-on die set, and this is where I think I fell in love with the acorns, because we could make our own acorns, or you could make strawberries out of these. This die set is sold out, so sorry, you won't be able to get it, and I didn't think to buy extras. I might in the future so that you can get them if they run out, but let me just say that when the new ones come out, which they already have for Q4, don't wait. Okay, because it's frequently that the die sets sell out, especially when they're really cute and awesome. And then here are the ingredients, and then our coordinating colors: Cajun Craze, Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, Early Espresso, Pecan Pie, Timid Tiger, and Metallic Chocolate Bronze. It's just such a cool color. Who would think to name it that way? Here it is. Here are the cards as designed. All right. I love this one with the fox and the pumpkins, thinking of you, and the wonderful birds. I've been seeing this V in our own skies. It just looks so cool to me because I didn't grow up with that being in Arizona. So it's really cool to see it in real life. Wishing you the happiest of days with our wreath of leaves, and this is our metallic chocolate bronze. All right, and then we have this card. So love the leaves. We have all the colors going on here right now. We have red, like really, really red. We have cherry cobbler kind of red, a deep dark red. We have all the different oranges and yellows and greens, especially with the weather changing so drastically and getting cold this weekend. The colors have really started going and changing. So here we have our hello. We embossed the background, and then I added some color background with the blending brushes, and then we cut out the hello on the dimensional paper, the backing, so that we could have the whole word that way. Then I also embossed this side to kind of go with the grid, and then flip-flop things around, added a few fallen leaves and our wonderful fox for warm wishes. And then here are those wonderful acorns. So we used pretty much all the dies here, added the ribbon, and then I distressed the edges of everything to kind of pull it all together. I love how that came out. And then we also did this one where we did some daubing with the daubers, all the different colors on the tree from the autumn trees. And then we, of course, added in our buck. We've had a little buck. He only has 2 little spikes. And then we have one little buck that has just a little nub on the top of his head. Good afternoon, Joanne. Great to see you on here. So we have one. He's probably about 3 years old, my husband figures, and he's got 2 little spikes on each side. And so then we figure that the one with the little nub is probably one of last year's fawns. We have this one deer who seems to have twins every year, and so we think these bucks, not from the same year, but we think they are hers. And then we had one little fawn, one of this year's fawns, get hit right outside our house on the highway, and we heard it go thunk because we were sleeping in the trailer. We heard the thunk, and then we heard the crunch of bones every time a car ran. It was awful. It was so awful. It was the worst way to have to go to sleep knowing what was happening, what the sound was. It was terrible. It was just the worst. So anyways, so we did this wonderful fall scene. And now we're going to do 2 other cards. You can see I don't have anything left because I've pretty much used everything up in the box, which is good. So hopefully by next week, I'll have the new kit. If not, maybe I'll have my pictures in time. So let me just show you. So here is, and I'll show you my thoughts on this. This is the paper, the basic beige paper that I did on Thursday, where I added that linen texture to it from the stamp. And so I thought, oh, this is perfect. I will use this then for my scrapbook page. So perfect. So I took some of the DSP from the autumn toile set, and I made 2 strips that'll go over here like this. I love the fox, so I'm going to have it on top. And then I am using one of these here, and I think I'm going to back it in the early espresso. And then we have some of this, so we're going to be using some of these. So this is just some of the ideas that I had. I'm going to have this one down here, and we'll add a couple pictures. I have found a couple fall pictures that I figured I would use for this. And of course I have pictures of deer because we have them right here in our yard. So I thought, and maybe I'll just take a picture of that buck. I was actually throwing crab apples to him today. So we'll go ahead, and we have our deer here, and then I can put a few other pictures. I hadn't decided on what else I would use from what is left over, but I might just go ahead and do a 2-page layout using the rest of this stuff. So that's what I will aim to finish up and do with you next Monday if I don't get my new kit. If I do get the new kit before next Monday, then I will just do this and post a picture of it for you so that you can see. So this was just the idea I was going with for what I have left over in the kit, which is mainly a lot of, well, I have some sentiment stuff, and then I'll probably just stamp those acorns on here to add it as little decorations around. I have some leaves. I have some of these acorns made up. I have some more deer that may or may not get used, and then I have some of these. So I do have a little bit of extra. I do have enough to where I could make a card. Sort of. I'd have to figure something out because I cut it off of this side instead of this side. So we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to show you how I could use this textured, hi Covina, how I could use this paper that I created the textured look with on Thursday to use it as a scrapbook layout that goes perfectly with this. So I will make sure to show you whatever the final product is of that. All right, so the 2 sets that I am coordinating with today are these Amber Autumn and Amber Trees. So this one is just the trees. These are all the dies. I don't think I'm using any of the dies today. Hope not, because I don't have my machine here. And then, oh, this is the frame. There we go. I was going to show you how that cuts out. So here is the frame of this, how that looks. It looks like that. That doesn't help. Here we go, like that. There, now you can see it good. Just had to find the angle. All right, so isn't that a great frame? So I hadn't decided what to do with this yet, but I just cut it because I wanted to see what it looked like. So let's go ahead and pull out our cards and hope I remember what I had planned. Oh yes, I remember this one now. All right, so this is the other card front that I had done with the linen texture. Can you see that? doesn't show up very well in the picture. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the card I had. I guess the basic beige tone on tone for this camera was not the best choice of color, but this is where I had used on Thursday, also along with that scrapbook page, I had used the tone on tone linen background, I don't remember the exact name, the linen background, and that will be coming out in the November online exclusive. So you won't be able to get it yet. You'll have to wait until November. This is part of the paper from the card front. Oh, the other card. So I cut off a piece of card front from one of the cards. Here we go. And we're going to put that over here. And then I cut off one of the other card fronts, this one that I showed you. I just cut it off the back instead of the front. So we're going to put that right here. All right. And then we have our sentiment piece that we're going to put there. We're going to add our deer up here and cut it off. I have these two ribbons left over from one of those cards, and I decided we're going to stick it under here like that because you can use it. Why throw it away when you can use it? Let's get you zoomed in a little bit, right? So the less we have to waste, the better. And then we're going to use these metallic chocolate foil, chocolate bronze. What was it called? Metallic chocolate bronze, I think. Yeah, metallic chocolate bronze leaves are going to go on this side, and we're going to stamp here. So let's go ahead and start with the stamping. I need my chipboard out of here because that just helps make it stamp better because it gives it a little bit of cushion. Although stamping directly on the glass mat also works really well. But you may not have a glass mat, so I'm going to teach you with this. And we're going to use the Thankful from here, because I think that's the only stamp in there that I have not used. All right, let's get a smaller block. We'll use the Cajun Craze, and I'm going to put it down as low as I can get it. Right here, Thankful. I wish it had a really small for you. That would have been perfect to have a little for you. And I probably have that in a stamp set. I'm just not sure which one. All right, so let's put this baby together. All right, so we're going to start by gluing this. Whoop. All right. Okay. How often do you have to poke your glue? If I can get it in there. What's the deal? Here we go. How often do you have to do that? I am thinking of giving Stampin' Seal another shot, since sometimes this stuff gets a little, you know, a little picky. All right, so I'm going to do this one right there. All right, and then this one over it a little bit, so off center and a little high. All right, then I'm going to take these and glue the deer and the ground. Now, because I don't know how wide, if I got it wide enough, I'm going to bring in this, because that way I don't get it all over my glass mat. And I want to make sure I have this far enough across there. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to do this. Oopsie, I could have put the Thankful just a little higher, but that's okay. right. And then we're going to take our scissors and just round it off. And then those parts I will put in the recycle bin. There we go. Oop. Here we go. So there. So now we have that on there like that. All right, and then move that out of the way. We're going to put dimensionals, and I'm going to use the big ones instead of the little minis, because then I'd have to put a whole lot, and this way I only have to put 4 on there. So we'll do that. So we're going to do that right there like that. And then these are going to go like that. And I think I'm going to put 1 on dimensionals and 1 will get glued down. So I'll glue 1 down and have the other one on dimensionals. There we go. There we go. And then these will just get glued down. All right, I'm gonna bring them out a little bit. So how cool that we could use that ribbon and not have to waste even a little bit of it. All right, even a little bit. Nobody knows those are 2 little pieces that we cut off the edge. All right, so what do you think? Not bad, that came together nicely. I like that. All right, so we're using the dies from the autumn trees. That's this die right here. All right, and then we're using the rest of the stuff from the kit. This was from the kit, although there is paper with that pattern in the autumn toile paper, toile paper. And then this is from the kit as well. It's just cut off of the other cards. So how fun is that? And then I just went ahead and used this because it coordinates. And so we'll just put that in there like that. So there is that card. That was card number 1 for today. Let's see what's going on. All right, so then we have this one. So here is the piece of card. So I cut this off for that other card and thought, oh, we could totally still use this. So we're going to use this paper, which is from the autumn toile paper, DSP. This is the other side of it, but I cut it so that it would fit right here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue that down like that. So it's almost like a fun fold, but really it's just, you know, I cut a piece off and I still wanted to use it, which works. All right, and what I really liked, what I noticed, whoop. Oh, that got stuck down. All right, that's a little bit too long. All right, what I noticed, look at this paper. It's got the linen texture look on it, just like what I did on this card and the scrapbook page. I was so excited to notice that. I hadn't noticed it. It's like a little bit of a grid, linen-y sort of look. So how cool. So this goes really cute. And then we've got this one. We're going to put that here. We've got this one. I think we're using this one over here. Oh yeah, we're using this one here. Then we're going to put these here. Now we have to remember, don't stick it down over here because you got to be able to open this flap. All right, so we're going to go like this. And we're going to put this on here. And then what I did is we have the, ooh, what's that called? We have the, here's the suite. I don't think it's called the, let's see. Where's the sweet? Here it is. It is called number 5. Earthen toned metallic specialty paper. So it's not quite the metallic chocolate paper, but it is an earthen toned paper. To me, it looks just like those other leaves. All right, look at that. So I think it's the same. We're just going to call it the chocolate foil paper. And we're going to have those tucked around that. So let's start off by doing a sentiment, and I decided instead of any of these, I was going to go ahead and use this one. All right, and I think I'm going to go with You're Simply the Best. All right, here we go. You're simply the best. And let's go ahead and go with the Cajun Craze, because I do love that color. I'm totally drawn to in the fall. Totally drawn to in the fall. Thanks, Joanne. I don't know why. I'm not drawn to it any time of year, but come fall, I love Cajun Craze. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. It just is. And then I'm going to go ahead and add these guys down here, but I'm going to put them on dimensionals, not minis. Here we go. I'm going to put them on dimensionals. And yeah, looks like I'm doing every single pumpkin with them. There we go. Make sure it's not showing. It's not showing. All right. And these pumpkins then just match with this. There we go. You're simply the best. Then putting that right there. So we're going to put dimensionals on this side of that, because it just needs to stick on the one side. We're going to glue this down. Whew. Make sure my leaf, my leaf can hang over a little bit, but I made sure my glue wasn't hanging over as well. All right, and then we're going to, and now these are from the inside of the leaf, but instead of leaving it in there, I'm using it as extra foliage, extra. Oop. Here we go. Kind of just sticking those out from under there like that. And then this the same. Come on. Just sticking it out from under like that. All right. Then we'll put these on there. Like this. You're simply the best. And then we're going to use the glue to go ahead and stick this on. All right. And we'll stick this one under here like that. And we'll stick this one. Let's see, here we go. Like this. And then I had this little one that I thought about sticking right over here. So this is almost like a little corn stalk, so it kind of goes with that. So I thought we'd stick that. Oop, there we go. All right. So then when you open your card, you still have plenty of room to write inside, but you already see that great coloring. Isn't that fun? I love this chocolate bronze. I'm calling it chocolate bronze, the metallic chocolate. I love that. even though they call it earthen toned in the catalog, but in the paper pumpkin, they're calling it the metallic chocolate bronze. That's exactly what it looks like to me. All right, so here are our 2 simple cards for today. Using a little bit, so this used, the only thing from outside the kit was the card base, but you could use that other card base that came in there that was plain, and then added this die cut. But you could do this with like the pumpkins here or the acorns here. You wouldn't have to get the other stamp set, so you can modify that. And then with this one, of course, you could use those other leaves that I had left over instead of this. And you could use one of the other papers, the tree paper over here as well. So great and easy ways that you can modify these cards to use just what's in the kit if you want. Whereas today I brought in some of the extra stuff. All right, so there are our 2 cards for today. All right, thank you. You love fall cards? I love fall cards too. Now I need to send them. As soon as we are completely done with this kit, I need to get these cards in the mail, because too often I get the kit done, I put the box away, and then I find the cards at a different time of year when it's not fall and not appropriate to send them. Because I don't know, do you send fall cards any time of year, or do you send fall colored cards only in the fall? That's a question for you. Are you like me? Do you feel like they can only be sent at certain times of year, or would you send these cards any time of year? What do you think? What do you think? Because then we have these. So I have lots of fall cards that I need to send just from this kit. All right, just from this kit. So what do you do? Do you send them any time of year or only during fall? I'm curious to know. What do you do? All right. Because these are all very specifically fall themed. Would you send them anytime, or would you only send them in the fall? That's my question for you, because that's always my big question is, ooh, do I dare send them other times of the year, or are they only for fall time? Here we go. They don't quite all fit. Oh, here, I know what we could do. We could pull this down a little bit and then stick this up there maybe. All right, so when do you send your fall cards? So Covina says in the fall. Joanne says, I'm thinking fall into winter with the deer. Okay, that could be this one. Yeah, and this one. But yeah, I think we all kind of agree. So once this kit is done and we move on to the next kit, these are going in the mail. These are going in the mail. So need to do that. And then I need to go find all my other fall cards and get them sent out this year, right? So Joanne says maybe just fall and Thanksgiving for the leaves. Yeah, true. You could still do it, October, November. You could even in September, because we already had changing colors. Actually, we had changing colors on some trees this summer because we ended up getting a little cold snap. And so some of our trees already started changing and then they stopped. So they were like half green, half red, or half green, half orange. We had a few trees like that this year during the whole summer. So that was kind of interesting. All right. So thank you for joining me today. I don't have the printout, so I do have, let me go back to this. I do have these. So this is the Joy. This is the fourth quarter add-on dies. So it's for October, November, December, which are these kits right here. This one should be coming soon to everybody that is a subscriber. All Christmassy. Covina, did you get yours in time? I don't think you did. And I think I only ordered one. And then these are little Christmas boxes. And then this one is watercolor in bloom. And I know Covina is totally into watercolor. So I don't know, Covina. Might be time to go back to paper pumpkin. So don't look at these because I have not checked. But here again are the dies for fourth quarter. And then I want to also say, I don't have, we still have, I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked lately, but the last time I looked, we still had the advent calendar. I'm holding off a little bit longer before I'm starting to open it. I know other people have opened it, but I'm not ready myself. So got your notice of your shipping today. I have not gotten mine yet. I'm looking forward to it though. All right. And then we have tomorrow, I'll be doing the haunted house for Kit Together. Tuesday, I'm going to make our fun haunted house. So join me tomorrow at, I think it's 1:30. Tomorrow at 1:30, we're going to do our Kit Together. And then, oh, here they are. We have the Traditions of Christmas class coming on the 23rd of October at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. You can order the suite collection if you want. Let me just move these cards out of the way because it'll be too confusing with fall and Christmas on the same place. So let's go ahead and move these. Now I know that the paper is out of stock, but I think they have given an alternate for that. But if you have this paper, or like me, you have a quarter of it from the product share, then you can use it. And then the rest of it is the Christmas greenery. We have the traditional labels, and these are the dies for that. We have this wonderful wreath embossing folder and the Christmas greenery dies. And you can see I haven't even started using them because I just haven't even been able to wrap my brain around Christmas. But on October 23rd, that's probably what's going to help me kick off. And the next paper pumpkin will help me kick off my Christmas brain. So we're going to be making 4 cards using all of this. You can purchase the class for $30. This is the number, the 165,877, or just put in Traditions of Christmas Suite. Oh, that's the collection. Traditions of Christmas Craft Class. It is $30. You get the PDF and you get the link to come to the class. All right, that's what you're purchasing. And I think you also get the card bases and everything like that. So you get all the ingredients to make the cards just like you would when you sign up for one of my classes. So you get the ingredients to make the cards. You just have to purchase the stamp sets and the embossing folder if you want, or you can modify with whatever Christmas stuff you have. All right, so I myself am doing it. I highly encourage it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then you'll be able to go back and repeat. And anything that is currently unavailable, when it comes into stock, you can do the little X like I've taught you. Do that little X to say when it comes back in stock, to give you an email. They'll send you the email and then you can order it. And you can still watch the class. It'll be an on-demand kind of thing after that. So kind of a class to go. And then I don't have a flyer for it or a printout, but I did want to remind everybody that right now for $35 you can get $125 worth of product in a new starter kit and get a free paper pumpkin plus free shipping. And then you'll be on my team and I get to have you and see you regularly. We have a great team. We get together and craft a couple times a month actually. And it's so much fun. Would love to have you on my team. So you have a choice though. $35 gets you $125 worth of product of your choice. And you can even pick new online pre-order stuff from November. Or you can pay the $99 and get $189 worth of product. I've had 2 people so far sign up and join the team. They're so excited to be part of our crafty community. And I have a few more people that are working their way towards that as well. They have a little bit of time. The month is not over. This goes until the end of the month, so don't wait. If you have questions, ask questions. If you just want $90 worth of free product, do it. Just do it. It's so much fun to get together with others and craft. And that is our main focus, is we just love to craft together. Joanne can vouch for that. She's here right now and she is part of the team. And we just have fun crafting together. And we've been doing it once a month, but what she doesn't know yet is we're going to be upping it to 2 times a month. And it's not a must. It's come if you can, for as long as you can. So it's just a fun time to get together, chat, support each other, and create. We do make and takes, and different team members or myself teach the make and takes. We've been learning some really fun fancy folds this year. It's been really great to see those. So you do miss making them, Kavina? Yes, I bet you do. I bet you do. If you sign up, even though it's too late to get that Christmas one, if you subscribe now, you'll get the next one, and then you could get the refill or the kit when it hits the pass kit. So Joanne says, yes, I love craft time with my new friends. Yep, Joanne has been with me for 4 years, I think. Like 3 or 4 years she's been with me. We've had a lot of fun crafting together. Kavina has joined us for classes and for our craft and chat, which I'll be bringing that back as well. So Kavina, you might consider getting that starter kit, getting a bunch of free Christmas stuff. And joining us crafting. All right, you can get all your watercolor stuff, right? She's into the watercoloring. Oh my gosh, Kavina is such a beautiful artist. Oh, the pictures she has sent me of the things that she can draw freehand. That's not, no, she's an artist. It's beautiful. All right, so thank you very much. If you have any questions about the starter kit, or you want to know what do we do as a crafty community, because as a team member, you also get other perks for joining me with other classes and card club and things like that, other events. And so just ask, and I am happy to share that information. I think so, maybe 4. Yeah, Joanne, I think it is 4. I think it is 4. So thank you so much for joining me, Kavina and Joanne, and whoever the other viewers are on here. I love seeing that people are watching and listening, and I trust that you make some of these awesome cards, because this kit was really a great kit. And if you missed out on it, when you subscribe, you can go back and get any of the past kits that are available. And there's so many awesome kits. They just really outdo themselves. And when you get a starter kit, you get a free kit. It'll be a past kit, but it will be a free kit in your starter kit. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I am happy to answer. The best way is to message me directly, either Junebug Creations or even better, June Olson. And I will be happy to chat with you or text back and forth with you to answer all your questions. So take care. I will see you all tomorrow at 1:30 for Kit Together live on Tuesday. And we're going to be doing the haunted house, because it is, after all, October and close to Halloween. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.